Hi, welcome. This is going to be my first video. And for this video, I'm just going to be doing a walkthrough of my 4x cannon factory. So as you can see, it is stupid large and incredibly dense. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do multiple parts for this, but we're going to be starting on the right side over here and then moving to the left as we go through. Um, just some fun facts. I've been working on this factory for about 6 months at this point. I'm confident saying it's an auto. Full auto, it's pretty close at this point, but it still has some work with some logic optimization. I'm getting pretty close to housing limit too, so we'll see where it goes. But right now, I'm just waiting for a couple another 4 hours till Roblox is at its lowest capacity. Then I'm gonna make another server, and it can run at low server demands, but when it gets higher demands, like about right now, it's currently 2 p.m. for me, it really starts to struggle. Um, right now it is just finishing up filling all of its buffers up after a run, so it will be producing a bit. I think it's mostly doing wood at this point, but other than that, it's pretty much off. But yeah, so I guess we'll start where I started building, and this is with our cannon barrel bronze mining. So for this, we have 2 lines of drills. There are 4 tin drills in each of these 2 lines, and um, then we have 8 copper drills in each of the lines, so that adds up to be 16. And all the drills here are controlled by this group of logic right here. And I have them turning on in a cascading path, so it isn't optimized to the fullest amount yet. I will do it at some point, but right now I just have it where the line right here is starting with the very top, and then as the copper, because I don't have the tin throttled because it's only 4 drills, but as the copper drains from the storage back down there, it slowly follows down this line and then comes down this line as well. So we have this copper and tin coming through here, and then we end up over here. Now this system right here, I actually just recently redid because it was causing a bit of leaks, but we have these, they collect the copper and tin, and when there's occasional leaks that go past, we just trash it. And as you can see, a lot of, I thought there was going to be something there, but yeah. So then we have our firewood with a log splitter. It doesn't take too much here. I'm not sure how much is on this, but yeah. So you see, this garden harvester doesn't do too much. Just covers a couple trees, and the trees over here were before the whole tree reworks, so they are technically meshed, but at the time they weren't meshed, so it's a bit funky. Everything in this factory was a legal placement when it was placed, but some of the trees are illegal now. So then we have our bronze mining for our lovely cannon molds. So this is some smelters for them. Now, these can be pretty hard. In retrospect, I probably would have split this, but I really don't have any space to split them either. You'll see what I'm talking about when we get to the more difficult bits in the wheel manufacturing. But this is pretty much the limit for sanity when it comes to a bronze smelter line. If you go past this, you're just gonna be running into constant troubles. So with that, we go into this storage right here, and then now we start looking for our iron frame manufacturing, which I'm going to go all the way back over here. And if you see, I will have 4 lines of... Wait, no, sorry. I have 3 lines of iron drills. The 4th is for nails. But one of those drills I may or may not have forgotten to connect, but it's whatever. It's fine. It's still functional. That is an optimization for later, because that will enable me to have if I bring that one online, then I can decrease item travel time, which decreases my item count and gives me better lag. But for now, it's good enough. Right now, I'm just being lazy. So let's just squeeze in right here. All right, so this is the one that I'm pretty sure is not. Wait, no, this one is functional. Is this one not functional? Oh, wait, no, wait, where's the missing one? Oh no, it's somewhere. Yeah, but so we have 1, 2, and then 3. Okay, it's that one right there. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, so no, wait, no, yeah, I do have 4 iron drills that go into our storages for our iron frames. So then the 4 drills, they all go into these 2 storages, and then we have the smelters split into 2 lines, and they start coming back this way. And each iron drill line has 6 drills in it. So the smelters, they come through here, and I'm not sure how many of them there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, what? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 in each line. They come up down here, and they come into these storages. As you can see, they're all pretty full. Then that buffer isn't very specific. That's just like a housing saving buffer. I'm pretty sure the storages are like actually like set to stop at 250, but they just overflow that much. Then this advanced splitter has been a very big pain. I think this is like the only position that can work. I've gone through like 5 iterations with this advanced splitter and it's finally working, which is lovely. And then we go into our iron frames. I believe this is the line of 7. And this goes down here. And then that one isn't necessary, but I had the space, so I thought, like, why not? You never know. Then that comes down into, oh, hey, oh, that's lovely. I thought I'd reset you. I always forget this tree. Alright, hold on. Okay. So, then, where was I? Oh, yes, okay. So then we come underneath that storage, and then if you look down right there, then we keep going, and then we drop out right there, and plop down, and then we go into this storage right here, which has never had any leaks at all in its entire history. But those leaks that never existed have led me to develop this lovely system where it just goes into a trash can. So this is our sand, and it is normally not covered in logs, but that's whatever. And basically, this is 300 stone and sand every 10 minutes. So it is 5, right? Yeah, 5 stone drills, 5 sand drills. Then I don't actually use this for the sandwood. I actually use a little spot right over here from this storage, because that will help me decrease item time. And it also, I believe it was too crowded for enough garden trees right here. So that was a nice little optimization I made there. And yeah. So that is our sand, which is nice and lovely, which leads us into our mold assembly. So we have this little lovely system that brings it up. So we have our sand and our iron frames, sand iron frames. Those have gotten filled with logs occasionally, so I created a buffer system so that they won't get full of anything I don't want. Then we have our casting molds right here. And these are 3, and they go right down. And we end up coming out right over here with our bronze and our casting molds. These come up, come through here, go into this storage, and we also have some fire logs. I'm thinking about adding another garden bed over here. I'll see if I can find space. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But main thing is, I think I need to just composite the seeds, because sometimes these run out of seeds, and maybe that's why it is not having enough wood from time to time. I don't think I've ever run out of wood, but it's been like, oh hey, this is actually half the buffer amount when like it should not be that low. So then we go into our cannon barrel mining, which is 4 cannon barrels. So that is, let's see, what's my max with them? Yeah, 24 every 10 minutes. So that is nice and lovely. 24 every 10 comes through here, ends up right here. I have a pretty big buffer for the cannon barrels from my original idea for this system that I just didn't use, but it's whatever. So then we have like 500 in here. They go into this barrel, come into this crane, go over here, plop down, and then we come down over here, and we go into our bronze cannons, which all works pretty well. Sometimes we've had a couple weeks. That's why this conveyor is marked red. It built up over there. I just added some high walls, and that seems to fix it. So now we're gonna go onto our nails. If I don't get stuck. Lovely. Is that being bad or not? Yeah. It's probably fine. Okay. Now onto our nails, which is right here. Okay, yeah. So this is the one that I need to complete building. I completely forgot to do this when I was building everything. So it's whatever. I mean, it runs fine. Who cares? I'll save lag if I eventually do it, but yeah. So then this is our nails. This is a 10 straight because this comes out right when the sand and stone end, which was the reason why all the other iron ones were so short. This one is good right when it all comes together. And like something I really loved when I was building this was it just all came together so well. Like it was just a beauty how this thing was coming together when I was first building it. So those are new. I have to figure out what's going on with them. Oh, I think this is interesting. That is interesting. How does that happen? Okay. Did I move some logic? I don't know. Strange things happen. Strange things happen. Okay. Well, cool. So, we have our iron drills, all 10 of them. They come through here. They go into the storage right here. Then we have our firelocks and our iron. They go into these lovely smelters right here. And they come all the way back. And then they come up to this storage right here. And that goes into some nail blacksmiths. There's 3 of them. And all 3 of them are responsible for getting our wooden frames done. Now, my wooden frame system is combined, so I use the same wooden frames for my wheels as I do for my cannon barrels. So let's see, are you overflowing? No, cool. So, the nails don't come here. They are in a little thing right here. Yeah. I have this red because if I have spare housing, I want to Z-Tech that, but we'll see. Probably not, as I'm pretty close to the limit at this point. Then occasionally under heavy lag, these get stuck on the walls, which is like really rare. And if it's not lagging, then who cares? But yeah. And that can cause a pretty big buildup, but it's been very well behaved recently, so I think I'm fine. And so that is the nails. Then we're going to go to our copper for our wheels. So that's how we get our gears. So wheel copper, wheel copper and bronze. So we have 6 tin drills, then we have 24 copper drills. All right. So copper drills here and copper drills here. This line is incredibly long, and these are both individually throttled. All right. So originally I had the tin going in and dropping down onto each of these, but I decided that was pretty bad when I saw there was big massive leaks in towards the end of this copper. And so I've actually brought the tin through here and it's going straight in instead of going to those storages right there. Now for the copper, I'm currently doing an 8 little A/B test of my original versus my old to see if the housing's worth it. So this is a new Z-Tech thing I don't know. I guess it's Z-Tech, I don't know. It's just there to make my life easier. And it's like not really Z-Tech, but you see there, it's just getting the copper in without having to make the copper do turns, which items hate doing turns because there's always going to be a leak if an item does a turn. And this was my old system. It's pretty messy. I was kind of surprised how little it did leak, but it's like, if it leaks like 10 items over 2 hours, at that point, do I really care? Because I'm going to be resetting items once every 12 hours, so this thing can survive with 80, 100 ground items dropped on the ground doing nothing, but it's just like, yeah, I don't know. So that is the copper in the tin. So then I'm going to go to our coils straight away first. So since the tin was only 6 long, I'm able to fit 6 more copper drills going the other way. And these are red because of that leak I was just talking about with the copper and tin. So you have the 6 drills going this way. And this gives you the coils. So this comes in here. And I have the fire logs come in all the way through there too because I guess I did have space, but I didn't feel like it. I didn't feel like fitting a tree system up here. So I just did it over there. And that goes into these smelters, just 2 smelters, so it's not a lot. And that brings our coils over here. And into that conveyor back there. Now this right here, that is our gears. This is very messy. It is a pain. This is probably like one of my biggest lag spots. I might do something with this actually if now I'm thinking about it. Yeah. Okay. But yeah. So then this is our bronze smelter. It has to be split, otherwise I just can't get enough copper ore in. Because right now these are at 1 second, and that's like almost not enough for 3. And so if I had 6, it just I would need 2, and then you're having a copper ore every half a second. That's just never gonna end well. Yeah. Okay. Then you bring this over here. And lovely. So then we follow our coils and our gears, and we end up going into our main storage. So this is our buffers. All right. So almost all these buffers tend to like to rest around 400 when it's actually running. The pillars do tend to stay pretty much at 500, but you know, that's Z-Tech, so that's not too bad. Yeah, gears are the biggest struggle. Those probably go down to like 400, 350. Coils, those will stay probably around like 450. Wood frames, they are pretty fluid with where they're at. I haven't really caught them being at like one spot too much. Then I have our, oh, I didn't show you wood frames yet. Okay. So our wood frames, I had to Z-Tech these in because it was causing too much lag otherwise. And I also had to split them because originally I had it just in a line of carpenters. So that's why it's so far back. Because originally this line went straight into here with a T-joint. But I had to split them because it's 8 of them. And I had a plank coming out every second. And planks are much longer than copper ore, so their collisions were pretty bad. But at the top you have nails, at the bottom you have planks. Those go through, and planks are once every 2 seconds. I don't know what the copper ore is. Sorry, no, not copper ore, nails. I don't know what the nails are. They are 7 seconds. So those go through, then they get Z-teched in. It makes 4 at a time. Those run at 1 second, so it's fine. And those just get plopped right on, and I think they like land right there, and they're in by right there. So they're pretty much completely Z-tech. So the wood frames and the pillars are pretty much Z-tech, except for the fact that they are having to go through their vine right here. Then we have our wheels. So our wheels are split into 2. They're 8 carpenters, so 4 on each vine. And then I have a kind of little funky system here, because originally, I forgot, it was pretty laggy though. But, so, this side right here, this sends through the wheels and the excess wood frames in order to fill up the cannon's wood frames. So, that comes through here. Then right here, only wheels come through. So I just have that right there, and I've actually never seen any leaks come through there, so it's whatever. So I probably don't even need that trash can, but meh. Then we're finally onto our lovely cannons. So all of these will go, my longest time so far has been 4 hours, and I ended up with like 80 ground items at that point, and I think I've like covered up like half those weeks so far. I'm probably going to go for another long run test tonight, and we'll see how that works. But yeah, so right now I currently have 450. I need like about like 650 to finish my drill head order, because this thing munches drill heads like it's no tomorrow. My next factory I will be building will be a completely Z-Tech, so like I'll plan to like have not a single item on the ground, or like all the items will be getting teleported. So if you see this thing on, you'll see the items bouncing like 20 up and down like every millisecond. But it'll be like that, but it'll be at 0 items basically. But that's my next factory, so I can actually fuel this thing, because this thing does not like any other factories running at once. But that's the complete tour. If you guys have any other questions or want to see... Oh, wait. Oh, no. I should probably show you the trees. I didn't show you guys the trees. Yeah, we'll see trees. Okay, hop in here. Cool. So, this is our... So, all of our trees over here. These are our copper trees, okay? These are mainly for the cannon barrels. You can pretty much have a split right here. Right here is a split. To the left is for your wheels, and to the right is for your cannon barrels. And with the only exception, well, I guess kind of, I don't know. It's kind of an exception, kind of not. Because this goes into the nails and the one iron drill that I have not started using yet. So this is like half nails, half iron frames. So technically, yeah, completely just split right down the half right here for what's needed. And if you see, you can see like all the floating trees over here and no floating trees over here. You can see which one was made pre-tree rework and post-tree rework. And yeah. So other than that, I have them all seated with some towers to go up. I basically have if it's far enough away, I'll have a like seed station almost. So I have easiest one to show you is this seed station over here. So this will have some seeds right over here that get sent through. And seeds are honestly such a like shockingly big drain on your item count. So I need to do some like math and figure out how much each seed station is actually pulling, because this line is just incredibly long. If I can really get a absolute minimum seeds on that, that would probably help me a lot. Like you'll like constantly see like 5 or 10 seeds just like sitting on this line at once, which is just like it needs the seeds, obviously. It's requesting the seeds, but I could be doing that like 1 seed at a time instead of 10, which is an optimization I really need to look into. And yeah. So then our next seed station is all the way up here. So that seed station goes, and let me get up here. Okay. So that seed station comes across here, comes to a mini station where some of them go ahead, drop down there for me, and the rest go that way. So they drop down here. I need to composite these seeds so that this doesn't just get left empty. And those will actually stay populated. So, got all these seeds. Well, it's about to get pulled anyway. But all those seeds working very well for that seed station. And what other ones? Yeah, I think those are like the only 2 seed stations I have, I think. Yeah. But that's my main thing. My worst optimized system is obviously my seeds, but then again, it's also seeds because, you know, seeds aren't gonna be tanking your drops like crazy. But at like this scale, seeds are still gonna be like a massive amount of drops. Like at any given time, I'll have like 10 to 30 of my drops just going straight to seeds, which is kind of crazy. Now, thankfully, there shouldn't really be any collisions, except like some systems over here, which like to have some collisions, which can be quite annoying. Yeah. You know, not much I can do about that though. I've tried moving stuff around, but see that used to be right in the middle there, which was would hoard them up. Then obviously I can't even move that anymore, which sucks. But then this, I'm not really sure about that, what's going on. Kind of annoying, but yeah, it's whatever. So that was my Cannon Factory tour. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Let me know if you want to see more stuff like this in the future. Have a great time, and see ya.